Hey, it's Barkley in Corwhin, and I'm not yet done with SAP. Um, I'm doing a lot of stuff on the farm though. I'm just waiting for my timing to be right so that I can have time to put 14, 16, 18 out of the side to do another boil, and that's about it. So I'm just going through my gardens, kind of dry. It's going to rain later in the weekend, just doing different things, picking things up, putting things away, winterizing because I never really got the chance to finish. Um, the flags that I use, the construction flags I use, they come apart, and I get these pieces everywhere. So looks unsightly, and I don't want plastic where I shouldn't have plastic. So I get rid of that. Picking up that. Um, I guess I got some snow fence to take down, and let me show you just a variety of different things that I'm doing right now to get ahead of things. Ground's still soft. Still got below zero at night. Some things are growing that can grow, the perennials. Got my seedlings started inside. But yeah, let me just take you a walkthrough of the different things that I'm doing to try to get things ready. Because I did not get to finish winterizing last year. So pulling out this plastic, I don't know, I think I'll just leave these dead plants. These were flowers, they were still flowering when I was working everything back in November. I use stones so that way plastic can have a better time of staying put. Because these ground stables just aren't enough. I guess these plants are going to come through. I thought they'd be coming through. I guess they just don't have enough roots. Anyway, I got to think of the fast way to do this. This is the fastest way I can think of. Pull them out. Sometimes you just got to take the barbaric approach. And I always pick up the ground stables because these cost money, and you don't want to get them in a tire when you're rototilling. And I can reuse them and reuse them and reuse them. There's a lot I've reused for probably about, how long have I been doing this? 6, 8 years? Yeah, I'm the first person I know that started using plastic like this. It does work. Unfortunately, these spots right here, they don't have a lot or enough of organic matter in them, so they don't hold as water as much. I am trying to build that up because these are areas I terraced because they were just so hard as a hill to farm. So terracing's done in a lot of countries for many, many centuries. And yeah, I just do it in a much, much smaller scale. And it works. I just got to get more organic matter in the soil to hold more moisture, especially during very warm, dry spells, hot, dry spells we have some summers. This summer might be one of them, we don't know. Anyways, just another thing that I'm doing. And see, you got a fistful right there. This is one of my gardens in a low area in the field. It's done pretty good. It's just too small to really worry about doing hay or crops in here. We got wheat in there right now, so you get a big, machinery come in and have to turn around, come out. It's just a hassle. So my dad lets me use this part. I have garlic that I'm going to have to. Well, I see that now that it's sprouting. I'm going to have to go through all of it and uncover the sprouts. You can see that, and make sure that they can get sunlight, or elsewise I'm going to have a diminished garlic crop. I know I planted about every 6 inches. There's There's one right there. There's another. There's another. There's another. So I don't want to. I put the leaves on to protect it for the winter. Let the frost come in slower. If there's any hail or whatnot, kind of protective. Give some protection. Keeps some moisture in the ground in the spring. And for the weeds, helps keep the weeds down so that, or slows them down so that they have a better chance to get up and establish, because they cannot out canopy or outshade the leaves. Over here as well, you can see the two black walnut trees that come down. Lumberjacks are supposed to come back and clean this up. Any part of the black walnut tree, I'll give off a chemical called jugalone, and that will inhibit growth. So it's been really hard to grow over here. I still got plastic to put away there, but these stones were holding down the plastic I had in here for squash. I had set these aside, pulled out the plastic, rolled it up, put away all the staples, and I was going to come by with the loader bucket and the tractor and move all these stones and put them right over there. Can't do that. I'll have to figure something else out, but this has got to be dealt with so that this area I can get manure on it or compost on it, and then go back and forth and rototill this all in and work it all in. And I was thinking of extending to another row over here. As I said, snow fence has got to come down. That was to protect the leaves, because we can get some nasty wind before the snow comes. And the snow did come early, and it did hold the leaves in place. But I didn't know that snow was going to come and stay. We had a heck of a snow year, or winter anyways. See, you can see they're a different color. They haven't got sunlight, but they've been punching through. Just a matter of finding them, and I might have put a little too thick manure on here back in the fall. There we go. Some more. Yep. There we go. I guess I cut this all just in time. Another thing I'm doing is cleaning up what I can in the forest after the lumberjacks made an absolute mess, because I need to walk to all my trees that I have tapped. This was just a nightmare getting through here. Anywhere between the trees was a nightmare. I'm still working on it. Whenever I have a chance, it's gonna take, they're supposed to come back, but it's gonna take me a long time, because we actually get fires in the springtime as well from the trains that come through, and those fires once spread to the forest. So I've been trying to keep this clean, debris off the ground, debris piled up and moved away. Also working on gathering leaves. I use these for compost, work them in with rototiller. Anyways, I also like to mark out where my paths are in the forest. I got a lot of work to do, but never got to it in November, December, because it snowed. And as well, we're still boiling. Still going at it. Wood. All the buckets are empty. I gotta go see if the pails in the front, if there's anything worth harvesting. Yesterday it really wasn't, but it's warmed up above zero, so I think the sap might be flowing today. So, also working on, this is just one of those other things I'm working on. And maybe, as I said before in a previous video, when I'm doing this, I can't be too far away, so it's all these little things I'm doing around the buildings, so that I can keep coming back and keeping an eye on all this. I don't really know what to do with these. These are what's left over from the paper pots that I used to plant seedlings out last year. Some there, some over there. So yeah, I don't really know. There wasn't any video that I watched of what to do afterwards. Do they break down? Not very quickly anyways, but if I rototill it, it's going to be an absolute mess. So I'm just going to pull out what I can. These are ones that I put down in the fall. The ones that I put down in the spring, they seem to have broken down more. But the ones in the fall here, the rabbits got all that, so all the seedlings they chewed on, and all I was left was little stalks. So I never got to harvest anything, but I'm still learning about using paper pots. In the fall, I usually cut these down. These are sunflowers. I cut the stalks down or the heads, and I leave them on the side of a hill for birds to feast on. Looks like these were all pushed over by the wind, and the seed heads are full of seeds. And that's one thing we don't need any more of, is any more seeds germinating, because we have thousands of volunteer sunflowers and you just can't keep up. And we can't do everything. We can't plant all of them. We don't have space for them. We got to move them away for some vegetables. So I'm going to be collecting these and moving them to the barn hill, because I'm sure there's some hungry birds. Just I'm going to be dropping a lot of seed heads. I know that. I'm still collecting sap. Not a lot, but still collecting. One thing I like to do is sweep off all the debris, or pull out all the dead plants, sweep off any soil that's been put on here during the season and then compacted by the snow, and just make it easier for the rain to clear everything off. I know that won't get rid of all the pathogenic microbes, but it'll at least give me a head start for a little bit before they reestablish themselves and start attacking the food that they like. That's the problem with reusing plastic, is there's always a chance that you're carrying a pathogen with you, because as you can see, I have all these spaced out, and then I have written on it, painted on it for what variety it's for, what species it's for. So anyways, as you can see there, this is onions. Need them really close together, and yeah, then we have peppers, tomatoes. So I haven't got to cabbages and what else did I grow in here? Brussels sprouts that never turned out. But anyway, I'm blistering my hand, so I think I'll have to stop for now. These gloves need to get replaced. Another project I just thought of, I have all these flags. I got a pile of them. I usually keep them in a 20-liter bucket, the ones that I use for collecting sap from the bush after they get into the sap pail. And it's just so clumsy. So I'm trying to think of what can I do better to carry them around. These help identify to me the different varieties of a crop. So blue will be my Bon Vivant variety for my lettuce. For all those that of us who have livestock, fireworks is not an enjoyable thing. So that's my neighbors sliding off their second round of fireworks. This is a Friday evening. There is no holiday going on. I'm really hoping that the horses and the cattle and the sheep around here are able to withstand this, because yeah, fireworks are not a good thing for the sensitivity of the hearing of animals, including livestock. All right, as I was trying to describe before, my neighbors started letting off all kinds of fireworks. Looks like our cattle are okay. It was very loud. Need a place to put these and carry it. 20-liter bucket or pail's just not what I wanted. I have this box, the CSA box, that looks like one of my customers stained. And I thought maybe I could make compartments and use this. Unfortunately, look at the lengths here. It doesn't quite fit. It's too long, or it's too short anyway. So what could I do? The body's good. I think I'm going to take this apart and use the ends, and I'll put on new sides and new bottom. And then maybe some compartments in between to keep the colors from getting mixed up, just so it's easier, because I use different colors for different varieties within a crop. So anyways, I've already had to repair this one, so this is the next project I'm doing, and hopefully this will make things a little simpler when I'm out in the field. So here we are. Anyway, nothing's all straight, but it's good enough. Anyways, I put the flags in it, and I guess my measurements were a little off. Another thing I'm working on is washing all the little bits and pieces that were needed for sap production or maple syrup production from sap. Just had these guys soaking overnight. This is where we used to wash the milk machines and put them away after milking cows. We still have the milk house, we still have the sinks, we don't have the cows or the milk machines. Anyways, washed all these, rinsed them yesterday. They are still wet. It's not warm inside the barn. Anyways, I got a lot of these to clean up still. It's going to take me a while. I just need space to put them all and let them drip dry. Another project is taking down the snow fence that I had in incremental spaces here along one of my open gardens that I had put garlic in. I didn't want all the leaf compost that I had laid down to slow down frost and actually hold moisture in as well. And in the springtime, which it is doing now for a little bit, covering the ground so that it's harder for weeds to come up, because garlic does not have the ability to canopy over like some plants do and shade out weeds when they come up. So they're at the whim of that nature here. So got to take these down. Don't need them anymore. Big problem is, after I take all these down, this one's already broken. Where am I going to store all this? This is something I've been thinking of doing, and I decided I need to go ahead and do it because I want to keep my leaf compost here because, yeah, I can't keep applying leaf compost. And it works. And then when I'm done harvesting the garlic in July, I can work this leaf compost in. Boom, I have organic matter that I put into the soil, and I can have a second crop for the fall, whatever that is. That might be lettuce, that might be arugula, might be Swiss chard, whatever is quick growing, and they can handle the cool weather coming in September and October. This was just an experiment. I think it worked. Just like with everything else that's seasonal in this business, you have to figure out where to store it till next year. And I think I ripped you off, did I? Yes, I did. Anyways, let's take a look at my garlic. I think I had it on this video, but it was a week ago. And look at that. Look at the buttes. I've toned down how much garlic I planted as my customer base keeps decreasing a little bit every year. And the sales of people coming and saying, hey, I want to buy something, that's been decreasing too. I don't know why, because if you don't support local, you're not going to have it when the grocery store can't get things, because the grocery store is so dependent on California, Chile, Mexico. It's not, helping out the local farmer. But that's why you need to support the local people you have that are growing, producing, processing, because if they go out of business and when push comes to shove and you need something locally, because as it happens many times in history, global trade collapses or diminishes, you need to rely on what you have around you. Anyway, I'm getting preachy. My last task for this video is cleaning up my little sticks. You can see there was two, sort of still is, black walnut trees. A lot got left. I don't know why. There's still a lot there that could be used. Anyway, they just smashed, and way over here I have sticks that I'm picking up, including sticks that are impaled in the plastic here. Yeah, you can see that broke off. Anyway, that's how powerful they were in smashing and grabbing the trees, these supposed lumberjacks. So when we're putting the rototiller in here and when we're cleaning up around here with the grass and all that, keeping the weeds down, and walkways open, and then no space for the ticks or whatnot, or for weeds to flower pollinate and go to seed. Whether we have a lawnmower in here, a lawn tractor, or a bush hog, all these little things, they're going to dull the blades, and they're going to possibly go flying around. So I'm trying to clean them up. Yeah, just a mess. Okay, the last task that I'm working on for this video, just things picking away on before we get to the big stuff, is I took my planters of mint, because that's how I grow my mint. I don't grow it in the ground because it just will spread and get everywhere. Planters of mint, took them out of the barn where I had them for the winter. More or less what I usually do is I put them in the ground on the side of a hill in the forest where it's away from the wind, they're protected, and that way when the frost comes it slowly gets in there. It's not a big shock, so it's not going to kill them as quickly. I have lost some. But snow happened so quickly that I just put them in the barn. Barn did get cold, but it slowed everything down, and I don't want to kill everything I got hard work and money into. So what I've done is take it out of the barn because they are starting to sprout. Some of the sprouts are weeds, some of the sprouts are the mint itself, and they're sprouting white, which means they need photosynthesis, and the temperature's ready for them. So that's what I got. And I thought I grew 7 different types of mint, but it looks like I got 6 different groups here, unless I got 2 mixed up. Anyways, you can see here, some of this might be dandelions and grass, some of this might be mint itself. It badly needs sunlight, so I'm putting it outside now so that it can start growing and I can figure out what's a weed or not. Mint, as I've said before, you want to keep it 20 meters or 50 feet apart, the different varieties, so the flavors don't blend. I got Moroccan mint here, spearmint, peppermint, strawberry mint, ginger mint, and I think banana mint. I did try mojito mint. I didn't like it. I find mojitos, or the flavor for mojitos or anything else, better if I just use peppermint, spearmint, or my favorite, Moroccan mint. Anyways, this is the video. Thank you very much for watching of all the little things that I'm picking away at. I still have a fair bit of plastic to roll up, and I don't know if I'm going to use it all because most of it's 3-foot lengths, and I'm going to 6-foot beds everywhere. And hopefully that can allow me to grow more produce closer to the buildings where I have water, and be able to give up, about half to a third of the gardens that are farther away, because it's going to be another really, really hot summer, and I'm going to have to water everything best as I can. My body's starting to say it's tired, and it doesn't like carrying water as much as it did. It's not a workout anymore. Now it's just an exhaustion. And I gotta keep my energy level for everything else, my meetings, my volunteer work, and my off-farm job as well. And I want to have be able to not walk as much as well. I'm buying some equipment that's gonna hopefully speed up some weeding. We'll make a video with that when that equipment arrives. And yeah, it's little by little. Doing more seedling work, putting them in the bigger pots later this week. Hopefully pulling off some more plastic, moving some barbed wire to keep the deer out of one garden, prepare that so that it can be tilled, and we get the tractor in there, and then I'm going to have to move all my drip lines too, as I'm changing my garden configuration from 3-foot beds around the buildings to 6-foot. It's going to change where I put irrigation lines too. So a lot of work to be done. I just need that it warm up a little and not rain so much. It is good we're having rain. It's going to keep the forest fires, hopefully in Ontario, to a minimum. I don't know about the rest of the country because I haven't been watching their weather. But this is the time of year where we get into forest fires, late April and then in May. And they've been really bad. And yeah, they hurt a lot of people. But anyways, that's the video. All the little things I'm doing on the farm right now. The sun just came out, so I'm going to try and enjoy that. And the snow has stopped. Don't ask me, it was 20 degrees 2 days ago. Now it's snowing, but don't ask me, it's Canadian spring. So thank you for watching. Good luck with prepping your garden, or if not, looking forward to going out to your local farmers market or signing up for a CSA farm share. So thanks for watching, and remember, finish your vegetables, buy something local, be good to each other. We'll see you next video.